Hi, Mohar here once again with another inspirational story on your favorite channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. We are all aware what happened on 15th April 1912 when the so called unsinkable Titanic went down. The sinking of the Titanic is associated with many stories of courage. Let me share one step story with you today. After the Titanic was struck by the iceberg and she started sinking, she started sending out distress signals. There were three ships in her vicinity: the Samson, another one, the Californian, and the third one, the Carpathia. The Samson was only 7 miles away from her, the Californian only 14 miles away, while the Carpathia was 58 miles away from the sinking Titanic. Now, it is said the Samson did not respond because her crew were involved in illegal hunting of seals and so ignored the distress call. The Californian has been much debated. Her captain was Stanley Lord, and he thought it was fireworks, and there are many other reasons given for it. Let's not go into that. The Carpathia was the one that finally rescued 705 people from the Titanic, which was carrying 2,200 passengers and crew. Let's understand how this happened. The wireless operator on the Carpathia was Harold Cottam, and he had missed the distress signal from the Titanic on the 14th as he was on the bridge. After his shift ended on midnight, he continued to listen to the transmitter to receive if any messages were there. He received a message from Cape Cod saying that there was a private message for the Titanic. Harold decided in his own time to and help by sending the messages to Titanic, upon which he received the distress signal. He immediately took this distress signal to the bridge, where the officers on duty were very skeptical about it. But Harold was sure. He took the decision and went running down to the captain's quarters. He woke up the sleeping captain and told him that he had received the distress signal from the Titanic. Here, Captain Henry Rostron, while dressing itself, gave the instructions, turn the ship around. Though he was over 100 kilometers away from the Titanic and his route was very dangerous with ice and floating icebergs which could have sunk his ship. He then asked his wireless operator, Harold, "Are you absolutely sure that you received a distress signal from the Titanic?" Harold Cottam replied, "I'm absolutely certain." The captain, upon hearing this, while dressing up itself, told his chief engineer, add another watch of strokers and make all possible speed to the Titanic as she was in trouble. He also ordered the ship's heating and hot water to be cut off to make steam available for the engines. He posted additional watches to watch out for icebergs and ice in the route. He told Harry, his wireless operator, he told Harold Cottam, his wireless operator, to pass a message to the Titanic, coming as quickly as possible and will be there within 4 hours. After passing this message, Harold Cottam refrained from sending out additional messages, so any distress messages and other messages could be sent out by Titanic and the air could be free for Titanic and other ships which are going to her rescue, he thought, to communicate. The captain, Henry Rostron, took a major risk. He was not very sure about the validity of the message. He knew the 100 plus kilometers which he had to cover were covered with floating ice and icebergs which could have sunk him and his ship, the Californian, at any point of time. The Carpathian, at any point of time. He also, during the journey, ordered blankets and rooms to be made ready for the rescued passengers of the Titanic. With all possible speed, again an average speed of 14.5 to 15 knots, which the Carpathia was capable of, in this instance they made 16 knots, which is an amazing speed because of multiple decisions by this captain. And they reached the ice field surrounding Titanic at 2:45 a.m. Another 2 hours dodging ice and icebergs and the ice continuously scraping against the Carpathian's hulls. He reached the Titanic's position at 4 a.m. There was nothing there. The Titanic had already sunk at 2:20 a.m. on the morning of 15th. For the next 4.5 hours, Captain Henry Rustam and his crew recovered the 20 ice boats and multiple other survivors, totaling to 705 people. They were given blankets and coffee, sent to the dining hall, given food. They departed after a 4.5 hours of rescue at 9 a.m. on the 15th, after being certain that there are no further survivors. For this, Molly Brown and other survivors of the Titanic ensured that all the crew of the Carpathian were awarded with bronze medals. The officers got silver medals, and the captain, who had played an outstanding role in this rescue, despite huge risk to his ship, himself and his passengers and crew, was awarded a gold medal and a silver cup. He was later also knighted by King George V, and President Duff awarded him the Congressional Gold Medal of Honor. Captain Henry Rostron went on to become the commander of the fleet. What an amazing attitude by the captain and his crew. Despite not being sure that the Titanic was in distress, only on the word of his wireless operator Harold Cottam, who went out of his way to ensure that his captain listened to him. And the captain, taking all necessary steps despite multiple dangers to rescue the survivors of the Titanic. Hats off to people like Harold Cottam, Captain Henry Rostron, who go out of their way to help others. Let us cultivate an attitude of helping people. It will go a long way in defining our own success in life. Thank you, my friends. Looking forward to catching up with you again shortly with another story on your favorite channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. If you like my stories, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends and colleagues. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy till we meet again. Good luck.